Hi guys, welcome back to Movies That Matter. I am the Viking and I got another movie review for you today. And that movie is Love and Monsters. Now, tell you what, this film, I don't know anything about it prior to watching it. I didn't watch any trailers for it. I didn't watch any previews. All I had known for this film was that Michael Rooker was in it and the poster. And when I do that, when I sit down to watch a movie or when I go to theaters and watch a movie and I don't know anything about it, I haven't seen any trailers, it's a very interesting movie-going experience. There's something different to it. Imagine one of your favourite films of all time, okay, and you never watched the trailers for it, but you went in and sat down and watched it, and that was what was presented to you. I would have loved that to happen to me with films like The Dark Knight or films like Batman vs Superman or Logan, without watching the trailers and just sit down and watch it for the very first time. This film was that, and I had a lot of fun. There's some good action, some likeable characters. It's an interesting story. And it's a good family film that you should sit down and watch with friends or family and you'll have a really, really good time. It stars Dylan O'Brien. Now, Dylan O'Brien is a very likeable actor. He has this charisma, this presence about him on the screen that I really, really like. And I'll watch anything that he is in. I think he makes whatever he's in a lot better because he is very talented. And I think he would have been a very good Spider-Man. And also, he could be a really good superhero if he wanted to, if he was cast in the right role. But this film is basically about 2020. I know, not 2020, but this world is pretty messed up. Monsters run the world. Love and Monsters it's called, but monsters run the world. They seem to be kind of enhanced by chemicals or something. I don't really know. They didn't really give a backstory to it. But these monsters, like lizards and squids and I don't know what else. These monsters were weird looking, but they're really, really big and are threats. So humanity lives underground while the monsters run Earth, basically, and that's the way it is. Now, Dylan O'Brien's character has no experience fighting monsters. He's kind of a scary cat. He has no confidence in himself, but he wants to travel, I think, maybe 100 miles, 80 miles, or whatever it is, or 8 miles, I forget what it was, but it was a distance because it doesn't matter how long it was, there's monsters to get by anyway. But he wants to go find his girlfriend, who was his girlfriend prior to the apocalypse happening, and they lost contact along the way, and now he's just got contact with her again, but he wants to go see her. So he finally says, you know what, I'm going to be a man, I'm going to travel across, and he goes on this journey on his own to find his girlfriend. And what does he meet? He meets monsters, he meets weird looking things along the way, and he also meets a dog called Boy. And this dog becomes his best friend, and the two of them set in this journey, and it really is actually a very emotional film. I was not expecting it. There's some, it really hits at your emotions, it really does. And there's a few times I didn't cry, but I felt like crying because I really felt for Dylan O'Brien's character, this journey he was on, and I really related to the journey that he was on with himself and the dog, and there's an emotional presence there between him and the dog. And I think if the dog wasn't in this film, it wouldn't have been there as much. There's a really good relationship, and they're fighting these monsters, they're trying to get away, they're trying to find the girl, and they meet some interesting characters along the way. One of the characters is Michael Rooker. He's a very small, brief role in this film, but he's pretty good, and he's also with a little girl, and they're pretty funny as well. There's some good comedic moments in this as well, but after he meets Michael Rooker's character, he goes on the journey with the dog, and yeah, there's a lot of emotional moments in it. There really is. The action is done pretty well, the monsters are done pretty well, the CGI isn't bad or anything, the monsters look real, some nice slow-mo shots, definitely, but I wasn't expecting it to be as emotional, and I don't think if this film didn't have any of those emotional settings, I wouldn't have been interested in the film as much. It was really well done, and I was not expecting that whatsoever, to come out of this film feeling a bit emotional and wanting to cry. And that's what this film gets you. Dylan O'Brien's acting is top notch, and he makes me feel for his character. He makes me feel for him and the dog and the journey that they're on. He also meets a robot along the way, which is pretty interesting and really, really cool. But what this film did was it built a lot of world building without putting it into your face. Where do these monsters come from? How is there a robot? Different things like this makes me want to see a sequel to this film, you know, even with different characters but set in the same world, because it's set up so much potential for a good storytelling to be told within this world, with the monsters, with the robot, with different things like that I thought was pretty darn interesting, and I would love to come back to this world and see it again. But guys, I was unexpected how much I really, really liked Love and Monsters. You should definitely check it out. You probably get it on VOD now. Maybe it's showing in some theatres where you are, right in the world. No theatres where I am. They've all closed down again, so I'm back watching them on my big screen. But it's okay. I got my snacks and I got my phone so I can interact with you guys as much as possible, which I actually love. But guys, let me know if you've seen Love and Monsters. I want to hear your thoughts. Give a like, comment, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Let me know in the comments below. Come follow me on Twitter at MovieBuff100. Come follow me on Instagram, Moviesthatmaherviking, and talk about the one thing we love, which is movies. And I want to hear your thoughts about Love and Monsters. I really enjoyed it. See you next time, guys, for another review.